Everybody draw 4 cards. And turn off whatever.
Chris, this is the first time I've gamed with you.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Just flip them off. Flip each other off and you're good.
No, what's in the background and
yes, with a kilt on and everything.
It's a bear's gnome. Oh, Australian Renaissance. As long as this card is protects the poison. Okay. All right, I think I'm getting better parachuting skill.
Nice.
Unless somebody pulls a, yeah, we gotta wait till Chris pulls.
Yep. I think he's having technical difficulties. Any reds from anybody else?
No reds.
Cool.
No,
yeah. Enjoy your parachute.
So I have a whole card.
Nice.
All
right, so what the fuck skill card?
So if anybody's got a victory, let me know. We can lock it in.
Very nice.
So am I reading this right, Logan, in that it says when this card is in play, it may not be lost or discarded unless the player wishes it. Once the card... So basically, I can play it, and then I don't have to put a card under it until later on.
No, you need to have a card under it when you play it, but you could get rid of, you could say, hey, I put a replenish underneath the whole card. So now I'm going to get rid of the whole card and grab that replenish back and play it because we all lost it.
Just the way it's worded, it sounds like.
If you can think of a better wording and shit, post it on the board. And
just like the starting bit almost sounds like, when this card is in play, it may not be lost or discarded unless the player wishes it. Once a card is placed under the whole card, that card is protected.
Yeah. Go ahead and figure out better wording and post it.
That's why I was pretty sure because it could be interpreted a couple of ways. Anyway,
got it.
Cybernetics. Let me draw another card. Alrighty.
This is the quietest I've ever seen Chris, by the way, Russ. Just so you know.
Okay. All right.
He's probably stressed about something like not being able to kill enough people or something. I don't know. He doesn't like his neighbors.
They're awful.
He's got an alcoholic lady who he hates. But anyway, moving on aside from that, you guys are all sitting around in the meeting room, one of them, of the White Dove. Sitting around having breakfast and drinking teas and glaring at a garden gnome that seems to be standing in the corner looking at you guys in a very uncomplimentary fashion. They're about 30 centimeters in height.
Another garden gnome. Is it one we've seen before?
Now, give me an evidence analysis roll at -30 as it's kind of hard to pick up. Anybody who wishes to know more about garden gnomes. Gnome Depot for all your garden gnome needs.
I
saw that roll, Chris.
Yeah, I was going to say it won't be a crit at -30 though. It was only a crit in full. So
it's a fumble.
It is.
No problem. You're thinking that you could get filleted by one of the garden gnomes if you were to punch a hole where its mouth is, and then you could put your pee-pee in there, and that will make you happy. Now, what you are thinking, Pete, is a couple of interesting things. Nobody's ever seen more than 3 garden gnomes in one place at one time. And the garden gnomes are always kind of changing their appearance in either subtle or big ways. And they always look disapproving. and you're not sure if there's significance to that, but there might be. Maybe there are only 3, but they change their appearance with your freakishly good evidence analysis.
Yeah, they do all seem to be very pissed off with us.
Yeah, oh, blah.
Incidentally, I'm wearing a wetsuit branded with Aquaman insignia and a cloak, which is always drawn over my head, and a pair of sunglasses.
Right. Both of you guys give me minor sanity rolls for Russ's fishy smelling ass being this close to you, as he definitely has the fucking Innsmouth look, big time. Over the top, like bulging eyes, kind of scaly skin, wrinkles in his neck, shit like that.
Hail Dagon.
Look,
If you succeed, I believe it's 0 and D4 if you fail.
you're looking even more fishy than the last time I saw you, Rock.
0 D4.
Max is
Hail
at 8,
Dagon.
I believe.
What?
Is your
Are you
sanity
still-
that high, Chris?
Hail Dagon. Yeah,
Yeah.
God
I've been-
damn.
it's a 96.
Fuck you. You're way too stable.
I know. I want Cthulhu books, but they don't exist here.
That is a problem. But fortunately, there's a lot of different shit going on. Russ, do you personally know who Dagon is?
The player? Yeah.
Good. Enjoy. So, for convenience, your character now knows whatever the player knows because
Okay, cool.
the word. And,
Yeah, there's a Dagon will rise scrawl in the sewers
Oh, is it?
that I haven't checked out. Yeah.
fucking has, and it all comes in together like a big cluster. Fuck.
Yeah, the hallways were under construction at one point, and then the last time we were there, they weren't. So there's sewers to be explored there.
In the sewers, this was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Chris is very fond of the sewers.
Everybody loves the sewers of disappointment.
Just so you know, Rock, the red door in the redwood forest needed a rank 5, level 5 spell to open it.
Oh,
It's a gate.
okay.
And it goes to Hamungi, or the Hamunge Desert, which links with other realms. We ended up in...
Hey, I know how to survive in the desert.
We ended up in Bartertown in the end. There were crocodile folk, Bedouin, who helped us out, and but yeah,
Okay.
don't go through there unless you're prepared for desert and lots of sand.
Well, that's not my strong suit, so
Yes,
no desert
that's
for me.
right. Yeah, from the sounds of things, they could have taken us to the MMO land in one direction, the other part of town, which, from what we could work out, is in the same time stream as Melwick's.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the other location, if we thought there was MMO land or somewhere else. Vengeance Mountain, City of Needleweb. I think both of those, from what Doc had encountered and Mildred, are in the MMO world.
Oh, incidentally, tap bracelets with me.
Ah, yes.
Touch your tongue to mine.
Click. Okay, your bracelet is now encrypted. You over there, what's your
You don't know
Doc Fulton? Yes, I recognize Doc Fulton from the picture. I'm sorry, I don't need to roleplay that at all. Doc, touch bracelets with me. All right,
I hold out my bracelet.
click.
Now you have a new virus. Oh, sorry.
So something I wasn't sure about, Rock, and I didn't want to ask on the boards, is how does it work in regards? Is the bulletin board some sort of peer-to-peer thing running between our bracelets, and this is now encoding that, or are we going to be turning on encryption on the boards once we reach critical mass of a certain number of people with the encoding on their bracelets,
Um,
or some other thing?
who's the GM again, Pete? It's encrypted. Good points, though. Good points. I don't think we're using GPG. No.
Well, because I was thinking, all right, so this encrypts our bracelets, but how does that work for the board? And how do we, when do we get to a point where non-encrypted people can no longer access the board?
Yeah, Logan, how does that work? Do we need to now have a different group for people who are encrypted?
Now, because that'd be a pain in the ass, I'm just saying that as long as players occasionally touch their bracelets together, like Wonder Twin power rings and shit, I'm totally good with you guys having essentially a low level of encryption on your shit because it was made by somebody with modern day encryption skills as opposed to freakishly good cybernetic ones or far future huge number encrypted blah blah blah. So yeah, I'm okay. You guys have some encryption. I'm sure that XO23 will be able to hack in through it so he can sell you fucking pine air fresheners and bacon flavored condoms and shit like that.
Bacon flavored condoms.
He wants bubble wrap. The gist was that anybody who had these bracelets, one of these bracelets, could look in on what we're doing because we were sending it in the clear. And now only people who have encryption can look in on it, and we're working on getting everybody encrypted.
Yep, that's right. I was just, as I said, I was just more from a point of view of, do we say, right, it's now on. If you don't have encrypted bracelets, you can't look at the boards.
Read as hand waving.
Yes. That's. I just wanted to I just wanted to make sure which way we're going with it. Yep, I'm happy with that.
Good.
Sometimes you get down to the detail, the nitty-gritty detail.
Yes.
Sometimes you do hand waving. So I wasn't sure which way you were going with this.
I try to be consistent, but unfortunately, my knowledge of shit is not.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so so you did this in modern San Angeles?
Yeah, with standard cryptography.
Whatever the hell it's called.
Gotham City.
So you okay? Yeah, I wasn't sure if you took him to Night City and got him a Night City rig or something and did it that way.
No, I got him a standard early 21st century rig. We didn't go to Night City and do it.
Okay.
By the way, Holmes, since you are more cognizant of such things, since you run bank accounts and whatnot, as I'd mentioned to you in a message before, like 3 months have passed in this area that you guys were not.
I wasn't going to touch on it because my character was aware of that as yet.
Your character is totally aware that you had a very brief conversation when you were first getting everybody loaded up for breakfast and shit like that.
No worries.
With George, but and you guys were actually not around during that 3 months or anything. You were just not existing, apparently, or you were existing somewhere and didn't know it.
Yeah. Okay.
So something has caused a burble in the matrix, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So 3 months has passed, guys, by the way.
Roughly.
Since
3 or 4, something like that.
What?
3 months has passed since myself and I'm assuming Doc, since last time we were here was Bartertown. But yes, it appears to have been 3 months has gone by when we've been sitting in the ether. So potentially is the same since you've been kicking around, because we were messing around for several days and we traveled for a month across the.
Yeah, for Rock, probably more time has passed. I'm guessing it possibly even half a year. By the way,
it was a couple of weeks on the land yachts, wasn't it?
Well, I think that also the total amount of time that's passed in game in the campaign, I'm going to guess, is like less than 2 years.
Quite possibly.
So, pardon?
Although there's certain times where, like, we sailed to Israel, so that was from America.
That doesn't take nearly as long as that's like 2-3 weeks, something like that.
Just me, but yeah, that would have been like up to a month time,
right?
Doing that thing.
Oh yeah. Well, it's amazing though to me just how little time has passed and how much has been going on.
Yeah, because we don't tend to sit still.
Yeah.
Right. So the next
this campaign does not award sitting still.
All right. So I was thinking is we have a car. We've got a car in. No.
He's going.
Yeah, he's trying to see if he gets better at stuff.
For a brief moment, you had phase up, Russ, but not anymore.
Yeah, you're not even sure if the car would still have battery and power.
Well, I don't know. Well, we didn't leave the lights on, so hopefully the battery's still going.
Oh no, they run out regardless. It's one of the
they?
features that's been built in by the bastards that made the cars, make the cars in order to sell more crisp batteries. Mm-hmm.
So it's got a lot of gear in it as well.
Yeah, and at this point, it's probably just a slowly rusting chunk of metal that's hidden under dead or dying tree leaves, because those things don't last all that long. So your guess is that it's long gone by now.
I light a candle. Yeah.
You see him off to one side.
All right.
Now I am the master.
I shall play my. Oh, that's right. I was trying to teach you some magic, wasn't I, Rock? The last time.
Yeah, the gate, the space and time.
Yeah. Let me see if I can do that.
You hear a Smurfy croak from.
Nope. It's wrong dice, but no, I do not make my teaching roll. Now I don't know whether or not.
Is that Bumble?
It might be. Yes, it is actually. So I can never
teach Russ that.
I can never teach you gate and time unless you've got a reroll.
Yeah, let's see.
And you
ever.
Okay. So Doc also knows gate and time.
You want to fumble too?
Okay. I'll try to teach you.
Nope.
This means absolutely nothing.
Sorry, Rock.
That's all right.
These guys are drunk and do care.
Pete, do you know that movie?
No.
Oh, Pete.
Off the top of my head.
You've got to watch that movie.
Yes, that movie being?
It was a Kentucky Fried Movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I know Kentucky Fried Movie.
Such a good movie.
Bullshit or not? The Loch Ness Monster was really Jack the Ripper. Oh, no, actually, that might be Amazon Women from the Moon, not Kentucky.
Yeah, that was a different movie. So
was Conan the Librarian in the Kentucky movie?
Might have been, not sure. But regardless, unless you guys want to do a circle jerk or something, you're ready to go.
Nope. All right.
Whoever gets Russ, I'm so sorry on both sides. Oh, it's fish fingers all over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! If you roll him in some sort of dough and then deep fry him, then you'll have a giant fish finger with bones in it.
Maybe I should just bring malt vinegar with me everywhere I go in case that happens.
Doc, I don't know if you saw the message from Alex for you.
Dun 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 dun.
No. Dun. Should I look at that message?
Something about the message was
Dun dun dun.
it was from Aloysius.
Aeolus.
Sorry?
Aeolus.
Okay, Freddie here. Alex Kinley wanted me to leave you a message due to his irrational fear of technology. Dear Doc Fulton, I have left you a present in your bedroom. Please rush home to the mansion like a giddy little schoolgirl to receive your surprise. Love always, Alex. Kiss, kiss. I suggest you get there soon as the present is rather time sensitive. Well, that's a bummer if it was 3 months ago.
I have a feeling someone's going to be tied up there and dead now, but okay.
Yes.
Get a shovel.
You've got a whole golf course out back, I suppose. Yeah. But anyway,
and did you see the thing about the Rock? Did you see the thing about the Justice League?
Yes. He said I don't need to pursue that anymore.
Yes. And about the ketamine?
Yes. I did see the 10 ounces of ketamine.
Yeah, and apparently this Freddy guy's ramped up to security on the house. And there's people that keep sneaking in and planting bugs.
Yep. We
you were with him when you
I was with him, yeah. I was with
so
him.
You know all about
I was with Aeolus when we left the bugs in place because we figured it's better that they don't know that we know where they are.
So the police raided the house?
The police did not raid the house when I was there, no.
Did it look like they had raided it previously?
There were we looked at the security footage. There was no police. There were guys in balaclavas and some rather plain-looking guys that planted the sophisticated bugs.
Okay, so the police CIS didn't go through to place. That's interesting.
It appears not. That wasn't on, was that what Logan? That wasn't on one of the security tapes. Is that an oversight or?
Well, the police could have been disguised as those homeless people.
Right.
That had sex on your couch.
Yeah, there were three distinct groups: two homeless people that had sex on the couch, people in balaclavas planting bugs, and people who were deliberately nondescript and plainly dressed planting bugs.
Okay. Interesting. Well, because of Doc, myself, and Mildred being wanted for murder and attempted assassination, and that being our place of residence, I would have thought the police would have been all over it like a rash. Maybe some of the whites' influence is still affecting them at that stage.
Yeah, I don't know.
3+ months ago. Mm-hmm.
Yes, 3+ months ago, exactly. As I said, at that stage.
We could review some security footage, and I'm sure the police will be all over it.
Quite possibly. I'm just concerned about depending on what they left there and if the police have been keeping an eye on the place.
Right.
Doc, last time your eyes had gone normal and I think the tattoos were gone from your hands.
There's nothing there, right, Logan?
Correct.
And you're feeling absolutely no connection at all anymore, I'm assuming?
I focus really hard, Logan.
You feel no connection anymore, but you do
It's
feel
not.
like a tool. What?
No, I'm telling him it's gone.
Oh.
All right, so it's faded completely now.
Yes, his eyes are normal color, and he has no tattoos anymore.
Yeah.
And he looks
Well, his eyes went normal color 3 months ago, but he still felt the connection. Okay.
So this has something to do with us not healing in Gotham City anymore.
Yeah. So White has been removed from that realm and placed into another realm for safety to keep away from Zog.
Hail Zog.
Kneel before Zog. Another realm? You mean not more than another dimension?
Well, these realms is a term used for these dimensions. Realm is one of the terms used to describe these individual dimensions.
Okay, so another zone.
Yeah. Or zone, dimension, realm. Realm was one used by some other Doras.
Okay.
So it seemed to be one of the more common terms used by Doras who'd been around before us to describe the different places.
Okay.
Yeah. So one that's got some fairly unique properties. So it's been slowly, so the connection's been slowly fading away. So.
All right. So no more white.
Yes.
I assume yellow's still going strong in Batman?
I don't know. That's what I'm curious about, the cryptic messages. Plus, I had a feeling Alex might have been contemplating doing something about Batman. So I'm thinking that you may need to go there, Rock, check it out, see whether or not Doc and I are still number 1 and 2 most wanted.
Right. Okay. Well, it's been 3 months. I'll have to look at the archives, but
and even just look at the FBI most wanted list and look at. I mean, people being wanted.
As far as what happened to Batman, if Batman's gone.
Well, I think one of the tests will be whether or not when you go to use Clem, if red carpet works, or if you still need to use Gotham.
That's true. So, okay.
For example, if Alex and Nat got rid of Batman, assumably it would have reverted. His influence would have gone away, although it depends on if there was anything else asserting influence to change it. So,
yeah.
Real quick, Rock, if you want to knock that out, I'll just have these guys sitting around briefly, and then you'll go and come back, and I'll cut to when you come back, and you can come bearing news or lack thereof.
Okay, I do that. Does Clem respond to red carpet or Gotham City?
Gotham.
Okay, and designated names for that zone?
Gotham.
Just Gotham. Okay, and they still want him?
Right. You come back with the following newspaper article, well, so to speak. Mr. Ken Johnson, the janitorial head of the mayor's office floor of the federal building, has been taken into custody for allegedly killing the mayor. He was later seen entering James Fulton, aka Nightwing, the supposed head of the Injustice League's home, with an accomplice. Although he was not observed leaving, the police later used a warrant and entered into the domicile, finding the severed, mutilated head of our beloved mayor on a bed identified as belonging to James Fulton. Doubtless, the police are attempting to find out what connects these Ken Johnson and James Fulton. The accomplice has been named as a mute, mentally handicapped, illegal alien named only as Juan. In the bizarre part, it is unknown what part, if any, he played in this bizarre killing. The police have Ken Johnson in custody, though they have been unable to locate Juan or anyone knowing where he lives. In tribute for the fallen mayor, under whose wise leadership serious crime fell by 95%, all of the batlights in the city will shine out for the next week. A mighty hero has fallen. Though none can replace him, many ask, who will be Gotham's new superhero? In answer to your other question, the Injustice League, which Nightwing is possibly the head of, aka Doc Fulton and stuff, they've had their all of their money given for the information leading, and of course Alfred's also they're pretty sure he's a serial domestic abuser, so he's got extra warnings on that. But their information leading to the arrest and or capture of has been raised from 10,000 each to 20,000 each in light of the horrible tragedy which has befallen the mayor. And there's talk of, and this all happened like yesterday in the timeline. So super recently. Yeah.
Looks like Alex framed you, Doc.
Or Alex didn't think it through properly.
That's possible too.
Since we have that article,
Mm-hmm.
can you copy and paste it so I can paste
Yes.
it on the board?
I apologize for any whoopsies that are in the article, but there you go.
Thank you. All right,
so apparently things may still be a wee bit hot for you guys in Gotham.
Yep.
Yep. All right, so no going to modern San Angeles and doing stuff.
It is really not recommended at this point, unless you want to do the run from the police modules.
No, I just thought of another line of questioning, of research that I wanted to look into.
You guys are now eating lunch. It took Rock a bit to come back. It just shows you guys sitting in the same room, shadows moving by, different meals and shit.
All right.
Same disapproving gnome. It's quite a fucking decrease in serious crime, though.
Right.
So yeah, that is an excellent question. Did Alex set you up, or just not think shit through?
Maybe he thought that we could get the head or something. Interesting. So I wonder if Alex's eyes are now yellow.
That's the present. That's what he left for Doc Fulton. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Time sensitive.
Yes.
And you can imagine if they went in, dropped it off, and then disappeared, the kind of difficulty this would put on a police that were watching the home. It's like, they're in, they're gone.
Yes.
How?
Pete, we've lost your face on the.
Oh, sorry, I was leaning over because I was typing. I was just putting in about the just adding the byline about the fact that of us being wanted for have a 20 grand reward on our head.
Oh, okay,
he does.
You're doing the bulletin board.
Yes,
set up,
yes.
Like he's a rock star, and they're actually keyboards. He's got that set up.
Right.
I wish no. My keyboard's just that my character's in the middle. My character is here, so my keyboard is moved over. My keyboard is moved over.
No, I like my arrangement better, where you have multiple keyboards, and you're like,
yeah. Anyway, okay, so because one of the lines of thought I had going on from our whole Zog being Gozor linked with I can't even was it Vince?
Gozer? You mean like from Ghostbusters Gozer?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So basically, Vince Corfo assisted in the imprisoning of Zog originally. Vince Corfo was a Atlantean, apparently, according to legend, and that used advanced Atlantean technology, some sort of cryo chamber. So we've been looking into Vince Corfo and Zog, and then that's the whole thing about all.
Oh
Zog
my God! Did somebody let go of that guy in the alien prison?
That's Zog, apparently.
Damn it!
But yes, but also Gozor, if you drop the ER, is Zog backwards.
Right.
But yes.
Cool.
Yes. Okay.
But the thing that occurred to me is I recalled that the whole thing about with Vince Gofor being the keymaster, and that was the building that they were living in was built by an architect who worshipped Zog, Ivor Sandor. Now,
Okay.
the thing about Ivor Sandor is that I've had run-ins with him previously.
Ah.
In that, I've got vague memories of the building I worked in having been built by him, and all sorts of weird stuff starting to happen on all the floors, including all the various major trump cards, each floor being presented by a trump card, and me being bound to the building and all sorts of other weird stuff. And Ivor Shandor trying to come back alive. So I was curious, I was thinking about whether or not if we went to Modern St. Angeles and did some research onto Ivor to see if he, because it was in New York that the KBC building that he designed, but it also, part of the thing that twigged my memory is that the KBC building used to be the headquarters of Swift in the 1920s, and Swift painted the library painting, and that's what twigged my memory about. I was thinking, Swift, why is that name so familiar? Swift. And then I thought, that's right. It was linked with the history of the KBC building. So whether or not any of this is relevant, I don't know, but it was just another avenue of potential research.
This might be worth putting on the boards too.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
But it was something. It was actually earlier today when I was doing some other things, and some thoughts started coming to me.
Okay. Do we have any idea how big the Twinkie is?
No idea. Hopefully not a marshmallow man.
Okay.
No, it's Yog, so it's bigger.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Zog does sound. It does. Yeah. Well, Yog Sotho, huh? Fun.
All right. So yeah, so that was one thought I had. Well, the two things I wanted to do was retrieve our car and look into Ivor to see if there was anything, if it was an avenue worth pursuing or not.
Well, I can do that next time when I'm in Gotham.
Oh, we've got other places we can do it. We can go to Night City and do it, for example.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right.
Not that I want to go to Night City, but
I still got my filter in my pack.
yeah, all my gear for Night City is in red carpet, including some money I've got for Night City.
Yeah, that's a place that it's going to be very interesting for me to go back to. That's for sure.
Yes, and that's the other aspect of actually that's something I was very curious to see what happened with the police when they went through the bags in my room.
Okay, so does anybody have a note? Because I got a bad guy gets cards.
Again.
Here we go.
No, I do not have a note. Sorry.
Nice.
Let's see.
Real nice. Nice. Oh.
What was I looking up?
Mhm.
That's right. Anyway.
Wow. Okay. The bad guy is going to play a replenish because he had shit cards.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they not happy you get cards, but
Yeah, I'll get rid of that one. I'll get rid.
you might get
Does
some
anybody want
better.
lose some stun damage? Actually, we couldn't. We can still go get our car. We've got 2 months left on the Chris.
Ah, it goes for 5?
It's 5 months.
Cool. If it's still there, you're in business.
Oh, Doc did quite a good job of camouflaging it, so
He did, but camouflage is not a forever thing.
no.
We got a car now. Cool.
Maybe. Although Doc is good with a flying car if you can get one of those.
Yeah, well, we blew our money on a Mad Max car.
I'm sure The Rock has plenty of money just laying around in a pile.
Have you got any of that Innsmouth gold?
No, unfortunately, it doesn't come with that perk.
Oh, well.
Chris, reduce your hand down to 4. Pete, reduce your hand to 4.
Yeah.
Russ,
I
you're
shall
just
get rid
fine.
of that one. I shall play the check-in willpower. Okay. So, any thoughts on what to pursue then, since red carpet is a hot zone for us at the moment?
Super hot zone.
And Night City is probably not that safe for Doc due
Super hot
to
zone.
Indigo.
Doc hasn't really said much yet. Somebody poke him.
I don't think the coffee's kicked in yet.
Ah. Oh, it's people in your proximity, Chris?
What?
Oh, I thought you weren't talking because of people around you.
Oh no.
Okay.
No, actually, she drank herself to the ICU, so
Oh,
don't have to worry
wow.
about her for a bit.
Fair enough.
Not good.
Nah, whatever.
There's nothing Chris needs to do about or wants to do about or cares about.
Nah, she's gone, and that's what matters to me.
So it's a happy thing for everybody.
I mean, I spent my time giving a shit at the beginning, and that doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
After everything that's happened, understandable.
You can turn your back on an individual, but don't turn your back on a drug, especially when it's waving around a razor sharp knife an inch from your eye.
Oh, yeah. Oakley dokley.
Well, we could explore the outskirts of Gothic if anybody's interested in that. I've got a couple branches I haven't gone off down.
Well, as I said, we went to, well, our vehicle that we're using to explore.
It's much faster with a vehicle than it is walking, I'll tell you.
Is
No.
in,
Failing to ride a bicycle.
so we went to the old forest and then to the old fort, which had been attacked by forest trolls, and they're all dead. And from there, we went to the location. Well, we could go to look at the old Elvish Gate in Beast King time, and see if it's still open.
Okay.
See where it goes to, as an aside. Because we went and checked out the old Elvish Gate because there was rumors about something happening out there.
There's also a temple to Dagon in MMO world that we can go check out too.
Oh, is
Okay.
It all comes together.
So why don't we go check out the gate, and then once we find out what's up at the gate, we'll go to the temple in MMO land.
Yeah, Brown did say he's changing. He might be changing into Dagon.
I wonder if all of the AI is some kind of representation of Cthulhu, of the Cthulhu gods, or which might also be representations of the princes of chaos.
Well, we were thinking that yellow might be linked with the King in Yellow after some of the stuff that was happening in Red Carpet.
Right.
So maybe
After
that,
Pan
well, because
got
I
there.
think that was clear. Maybe that was because if you think about it, that yellow, the King in Yellow, happened soon after
Lopan got out.
Lopan came to.
Exactly.
So, connection? Yeah, of course. Come on now.
We haven't run into green yet.
No, there's a few colors we haven't run into yet.
Which would actually make sense as to why white disappeared when we brought it back to amber, because maybe it had lost its or didn't know its persona, and maybe that's where maybe it discovered itself again.
So which of the goos would white be? If we're saying that each of the colors is potentially a link with a goo.
Well, I'm not familiar with Cthulhu mythos.
There's nothing's due to what white represents. There's nothing immediately leaping to mind.
Well, see, I think the whole like Cthulhu god thing or entity is just those are mainly, I think, would be princes of chaos from the courts of chaos, because that's kind of their MO. So I can see that. So it's harder to find the representations of good. If the bad is out there, the good is out there. There has to be the balance, because that's just the way it works. And clearly the balance is out of whack right now, which is probably why it's so much harder to find the good than it is to find the bad, because the bad's all over. It's leaked all over the place. And maybe since they don't know, maybe the colors are trying to find themselves again. They've been repressed or something. And that's why there's so many quote unquote worlds, is because they're powering the worlds, because they're actually those kind of beings, because that's what the princes and can do. And like the people from Amber and whatnot, they can walk to these other dimensions and they're all kind of connected. At least that's what I'm spitballing right now.
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Well, I thought it was interesting that brown, originally you guys were told that the colors were the colors of the rainbow.
Right. And brown is not.
Exactly. And brown was somebody new on the scene in the sewers, and which caused Indigo to freak out because of the sewers changing and it being magic and not technology.
Yeah, I have strong suspicions Brown might well be Dagon. Or Dagon, however you pronounce that.
Well, there's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, white, black. Yeah, that's what I have written down. And white and black aren't a part of the rainbow, so that kind of debunks that right there.
Yeah, well, because originally the thinking was the old Roy G. Biv.
Right. Okay. And Brown does say he's changing. We were correct about him being kidnapped by Blackulus.
Yeah. Well, we're not. They weren't all Blackulas. Several. We discovered when we killed them that they were thralls.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the guys in the original vampire thing.
Yeah. So his aide might be a Blackula, and the other ones might be a thrall, or they may have all just been thralls.
Right.
We didn't actually. The aide wasn't there when we had a fight with the dozen black guys in suits. As far as I know.
Were they all freakishly strong?
Yeah, and quick and that. But yes, the brief time before we bugged out, we checked on them to see if they were vampires or not. Our estimation were they were Renfields or Thralls.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we ran into a lot of Renfields when we were down in the sewers fighting the vampires. We staked them anyway, but
Yep. Apparently,
Brand says there's a gate that goes to a vampire dimension somewhere in Red Carpet. I don't know if I ever told you that, but Brand came from that gate. We tried to locate it, but we couldn't.
So you're not talking about the gate that Lopan came through, because there was several vampires came through that gate, is my understanding, that opened up in downtown.
I have no idea which gate. Yeah. I have no idea which gate Lopan came through, but it might be the same dimension, and they may be able to manifest a gate anywhere in modern St. Angeles.
Yeah, so a gate opened up in downtown, and Lopan came out, and same with it was when there was the big gang war in downtown, and the gang got wiped out and stuff. That was actually triggered by a gate opening up in Lopan and some of his minions coming out. That's probably the gate.
Hidden roll a -30, please.
It's probably the gate that.
It's hard to see anything with the big cloak and shit.
Yep. By half.
No problem. And it appears Doc Fulton is wildly distracted, possibly by your big cloak as well. However, Holmes is like, blah, blah, blah. Whoosh. Interesting, he says. The gnome is gone.
The gnome's wandered off.
Huh.
I get up and I start looking for the gnome.
All right. You search the entire theater. The workmen have all fucked off. The work is done. Your staff is here and asking you if you need anything or whatever. But you find 0 gnomes on the property.
I'm going to see if I can track his tiny footprints.
Give me a tracking roll for further information.
Yeah.
You kick around some dust. Maybe it's under this dust, he says, kicking it. Nope. How about under this dust? He stomps around for a while.
I was trying to track the gnome. I was looking for tiny little footprint tracks. I'm actually pretty good at tracking. Do it for a living, but wasn't able to do anything this time.
Tracking. If I can say anything.
I will support your tracking or not, you know.
Yeah, I already made my roll for tracking, so
no, he's
yeah, no, I was trying as well. I can do tracking for a living as well.
Good. And you fell too, huh?
Yep.
All right.
Hey, wait. Meant to know. Josh, can you cast Sense Gate?
I can cast Find. I don't have Sense Gate. I have Identify Gate.
Cast it.
Unfortunately, from what I can tell, there is no such spell as Sense Gate. I was considering pursuing that avenue to try and develop a spell like that, because I thought it would be quite useful. But no, the gods rebelled against it.
The glasses can pick up gate magic.
I'm gonna pop on the glasses and turn them on and look in the room next to where we were to see if there's a rip in the ether.
Right. Give me an analyze magic there, Chris, as you and mark off a charge. And yes, there is something fucked off. Your guess is it just kind of popped through the ether out of existence.
Okay, bad mojo. Everybody drops to 2 magic points. I should stop saying clever stuff because apparently I'm cursed with the draws.
Chris has way too many cards, the bastard.
Oh, fuck me running. All right, so fuck. The gods hate you. Discard all your cards when trading. All right, hold on. Let me see if I have a fucking nope in here. Can you open this, Josh?
I feel strangely drained of most of my magic.
It all works together.
Here's
Oh,
a blue
by the way,
potion. Can you open this?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've
Got
got a
one
blue
magic
potion
point
I
left.
can pop and see.
I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say, I was about to say the same thing. I've got a blue potion, I'll pop and see.
A really old blue potion, yes?
And I have a
Well,
really
since
old
3
blue
months
potion,
has
too.
passed, I think they're all old now.
Yep.
Even the new ones we had.
Yep.
One of
So,
your
yes.
mutant specials, huh?
Yes, an old blue potion I will pop.
Cool. Give me a con roll to see if it badly affects you.
Con.
If you throw up, try to do it on rock because it'll help cover the fishy smell.
No, I do not make my con roll.
Ah! He says, roll projectile vomiting, please. Pete.
This is going to be a success.
Yes, I
Yep.
see.
It just shows it all going into Rock's hood. You're doing the Mr. Creosote.
Yes, I was gonna. That's exactly what I was picturing.
God damn it! What'd you give him? Ipecac?
He says,
Oh crap! Oh, is there a bath in this place or shower? We don't have running water at the White Dove, do we?
Yeah, you do actually. Well, actually, no, not running water. You've got small well and stuff that you're pretty sure at some point some kid's going to crawl into and fall down it. Then you'll be alerted by some sort of dog.
Right. Okay. Well, I go wash up.
Okay, no problem. Rock's taking care of that. As he's leaving, it just shows McKay go, throw up down his back. No problem.
For good measure.
Roll a d6 there, McKay, for magic points coming back. If you get a 6, then you can roll again and add it.
Nope.
Wow. When these potions go bad, you think they really go bad. The room smells like sick.
Here's another one. I'm gonna try to.
Hang on a second. I can now cast Identify Gate on it.
Okay.
That will give us some information as to where it's going, etc.
Oh, hold
Well,
on.
actually-
I'm down to 2. Never mind.
No, I was just going to say Identify Gate says you need an active gate to cast this.
It's close enough if you do it quick.
All right, I shall cast Identify Gate.
You can do it!
Yes. Let me just check, see if I've got any bonus cards.
If you make the spell, I will need an evidence analysis roll for the results as they are confusing and contradictory. If you don't make it, then you feel confused and contradicted and still vomity.
I shall spend 1 hero point on this.
No!
Yes, I make it.
Cool. Give me that evidence analysis roll.
Hang on a second.
Can I support him as I look at it all with the magic glasses on?
If you make your analyze magic, then you may support him. Oh, did you already make your analyze magic?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
well, then,
did.
yes,
That's how we found the gate in the first place.
Yeah. Then yes, take a +5 there, Pete, as he discusses the findings and stuff, and you guys smell wet fish coming back. You hear.
I make it by 60.
Right. It goes out of area type thing. It goes somewhere farther away than the gate can go.
So we're talking amber. We're talking.
Yes, something like that, maybe. Yes, it goes somewhere.
I will describe what I'm seeing or what I'm picking up to.
I fucking knew it.
That's where I'm assuming the gnomes were from because of the whole thing of their creation being so funky.